Hello, and thank you for listening to the Tyrant In Training podcast. I'm the host, Kevin Ryan. This podcast has a guest on each week to be the tyrant of their own country. This week's tyrant is writer Jeremiah Lewis. I thought Jeremiah would be too nice as a tyrant, like no scandals or anything, but it turns out he's actually alarmingly competent at suppressing dissent. So, thanks for listening. What I'll ask you, Jeremiah Lewis, as you move on to your island, do you have any idea what your title is? Like, what should I be calling you?
I think that my title probably would be something like Grand Potentate.
What? Grand
Potentate.
Potent Taint.
No, Potentate.
You're going to have to spell this out. P-O-T. This is the first time I've ever asked someone to spell it out.
So break it down. Potent. P-O-T-E-N-T.
Yeah.
A-T. A-T.
Yeah. A-T.
A-T-E.
So it's Grand Potentate.
No, Potentate. P-O-T-E-N-T-A-T-E.
Oh, okay. Potentate.
Potentate.
Right. What the hell is a potentate?
It's a ruler. It's a ruler. Is it? Yeah, absolutely. Look it up on dictionary.
I will. I'm not being crude, but I thought you said potent taint. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh my God,
that's probably what the people who don't agree with my rule would call me.
Hold on a minute. Have you been playing Elden Ring?
No, I don't. Okay. I'm not a gamer.
Fair enough. No, it's just one of the first things that comes up when you write in Potent Taint. Potentate is Elden Ring.
So I can see that you're one of the dissidents in my kingdom.
No, I'm just a voice in your head. Don't worry, you can't do anything to me. I'm neutral. I just agree with whatever you say. But it could get confusing. But I didn't know that. Potentate. Okay. I mean, is that how people greet you then? You know,
I mean, I'm pretty laid back actually, so I don't demand to be called potentate unless it's an official capacity.
Can they call you
otherwise? I would prefer not to be called pote. I think I'm much more comfortable with sir in a more casual setting, but still sort of within the state apparatus. And if it's just you and me and we're buds, you can call me Jay.
Okay, so sir and then J, friends, and then if it's post, it's to jail. What did happen?
You're let off with a warning, and then if you continue, or if you call me Potent Taint, then absolutely you're gonna get sent to the gulag because
to the gulag.
Oh, we don't have jails. We don't have jails. We just have gulags.
Right. Well, how would you classify gulag?
Technically, it's just one gulag.
Okay.
It's an island. We don't have room for multiple gulags.
So have you constructed an extra island just for the gulag?
Well, so I've had my minions working on several mining operations. We're working on delving into the center of the island and tunneling underneath the seafloor around us. So even though it's an island nation, we're actually much larger in actual fact.
Okay.
But yeah, the underlying portion of the island is for industry and corporal punishment.
Okay, Jay, if I can call you Jay for this bit. One of the reasons why I said, I'll ask Jeremiah is because I was like, I know Jeremiah's nice, right? No point getting someone on to the podcast and chatting to someone that I just like, it's a bit of an ass, right? I'm pretty sure within 3 minutes is the record for people who come on and then went straight to the gulags. I don't care. They get one warning and then into the underground gulags in the center of the island, which is a bit surprising.
I think what people don't understand is that to rule with an iron fist, you actually have to exhibit the iron fist.
That's
you have
true.
To show that the fist is not simply for show.
Do you want an iron fist on your flag?
Oh, no.
Too much?
No need for that ostentatious display. Subtlety is much more effective.
So are you planning on using the iron fist early on, and then later you can be all nice and give people healthcare and all that thing?
Well, the trick is to deploy it strategically
Right.
And so you don't have to do it every time.
Right.
Just enough and keep people off balance so they don't actually get a sense of a pattern or any kind of, how can I game this system? No. You got to keep people on their toes.
Live in fear.
And you have to. So, it's a benevolent sort of fear. It's a fear based on staying within my good graces versus running afoul of my graces.
So we call it live in worry.
Well, como sa.
Lovely language. Okay, so that's one question I got through. Where is the island located? Where are we putting the island? Because it has to be a new space on the map.
Oh, okay. Well, if you were to zoom in, it's in the South Pacific, but it's in an area that has previously been thought to be completely water. But in actual fact, if you zoom in close enough, there is a landmass, and that landmass is where we reside.
So South Pacific. So you're in between Australia and New Zealand and South America.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Fair enough. I typed in.
Just look in the big blue area, and then just zoom in really, really close, and then just search grid by grid. You'll eventually find us.
Are you like? I mean that. So I mean, this is a hot country, right? This is balmy weather.
In what sense?
In sense of temperature.
Oh, in temperature? Oh no, it's not. It's not
style. Hot. I wasn't saying that your sense of style was hot.
I never know. Well, it could have been in terms of aggression. Is this a hot country?
Oh, it could. Well, I mean, it has gulags and people on their toes. They're a bit on edge.
Yeah. No. When it comes down to it, we're pretty laid back people. But no, it's a temperate zone. So
okay.
Not too hot, not too cold.
It was really annoying because I tried to quickly Google South Pacific just to make sure I knew which ocean we were talking about, and it came up a musical called South Pacific. So I was like, no, what do you do? What I don't think we've even figured out. What's the name of the country?
Oh, good Lord. I should know this. It's the
Probably should have. Yeah, I mean, this is. Do we go with?
All right, I got the name of the country is Dorland.
Dorland. How are we spelling that? Just door and then land?
Dorland.
I have to ask why Dorland?
Well, back in the early exploration days, the passage through the Pacific was called the doorway to the West. And so when this island was first discovered, they called it Dorland. And then at some point, the corruption of the language resulted in one of the O's being dropped, and so it became DOR instead of DOOR.
Right. Are you making this up?
This is made up. This is not true.
Oh, God. You were very good for making up absolute nonsense. I fully believe that. And even when you told me, no, I'm making this up, I'm like, no, it still sounds true. That's fantastic. That's amazing. That's the best one. I've had people say, just give it a planet, give it a name after a planet in Star Wars and stuff like that. This is very good. Okay, yeah, that's great. Do we have a motto? Do you want a motto for the island?
Oh, well, yeah, actually, in unity, strength.
Hang on a minute. I think that is
probably is, but we have it first.
Yeah, I think unity is used a lot. Like, I mean, Burkina Faso has unity, progress, justice. Burundi has unity, work, progress. Kind of the same. Cape Verde, unity, work, progress. Oh, they copied. So did Chad. What the hell? There's basically a lot of countries use unity.
Yeah.
But yeah, fair enough. Unity. What was yours? Unity. That's a cat, by the way. But unity.
I thought it was a chair squeaking.
No, it's actually a prisoner in the underground gulag. No, that's a cat. Yours is unity. Is
unity with strength.
With strength. Okay.
And it's unity, comma, with strength.
Why the comma?
I think that we just liked the fact that it was unity with strength.
So it's dramatic pause.
It's a dramatic pause. It's a slight emphasis on both sides of the equation.
Do you want me to get onto the office and ask them, will they get like Denzel Washington to do the advert? Can you imagine his pause?
I can see it. I'll have our tourism board look into that.
Yeah, definitely. So I looked up some mottos, right? Apparently what happened in Edinburgh in Scotland is about 10 years ago, they were coming up with a motto for their city, or motto slogan. Someone was paid 300,000 British pounds to come up with the slogan. They came up with Incredinburgh, right? And it was so badly rejected, it resulted in the resignation of the CEO of Edinburgh's dedicated marketing organization. They hated it that bad.
That's an example of justice actually prevailing.
Yeah, to be fair, they switched it then to winter in Edinburgh and go ahead Edinburgh. So I mean,
Oh my.
Yeah.
Well, so justice maybe not so prevailed.
There's another unfortunate one that was in 2003 when the tourist campaign of Hong Kong, they came up with this slogan: Hong Kong will take your breath away. Okay, that sound okay?
Well, if you're in a gulag, not so much.
No, and also it coincided with the breakout of the respiratory disease SARS. So that was very unfortunate. But unity
with strength.
And yet they didn't have to resign.
Well,
so a bad
different
pun.
Rules.
Yeah, a bad pun.
Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah, and it also shows a bad pun will get you in more trouble than.
Right.
And yeah.
An unfortunate circumstance.
An unfortunate circumstance. So you don't want any. Is there any rules we have to follow when the commoners are coming to meet you? No.
Well, I very rarely meet commoners.
Oh, are you locking yourself away in a palace or something? You're not letting.
It's not really locked away. It's just there's separation. It's oil and water. So you kind of have to. You have to have that layer of so there's a buffer zone, and the buffer zone is all the sort of intermediate officials who kind of manage the day-to-day.
Right. So there's no book a meeting with the Grand Potentate.
No, not generally.
Do you have elections in your country? Like, are you allowing, the way I set it up is that you can either have an inner circle of 10 people who run the country for you and you just decide who those 10 are, or do you want any sort of elections where people can vote for like a Senate, 100 senators, but that's all they can vote for?
We have several layers of officials that are voted on.
Like mayors and stuff, is it?
Yeah, kind of lower level officials.
Yeah.
And obviously many of those candidates are handpicked. So
yes.
And I have pretty strict sort of oversight on the electoral situation, so that at any given time I'm able to implement electoral controls to sort of nudge elections one way or another, depending on what I need. It's a finely tuned system.
I'm really happy that you are so on board with just taking over this country. There's no faffing about with, well, I'll give everyone a voice. It's just, well, they can have a voice of the manner of my choosing. So yeah, that's
well, it's the illusion of choice.
Yeah.
And the illusion of choice is it can be as powerful as sort of this notion of absolute choice, which isn't real anyway. You didn't choose who you were born to be. You didn't choose who your parents were. You didn't choose where you were born. You didn't choose any of that stuff. So why not just dispense with the whole idea of choice, of absolute choice to begin with, since it doesn't exist?
You could go the route of like stoicism, like you were born for the Grand Potentate, like constantly have to look down to read because I keep forgetting the word. You were born to lead, so that's your role. That's why you lead. But your people on your island were born to follow, so that's what they'll do, right?
I suppose that's it's I think incidental to our overall philosophy, our political philosophy especially, which is that whatever will be, and in this case, whatever will be what I say it will be.
Nice.
So,
do you have as people are coming into your country to live, do you want whatever you want to call them, I'll call them border guards or whatever, do you want us to tell them, any rules for not letting people in, like anyone who's left-handed, anyone who's taller than 6'9"?
well, we do have we do have fairly strict immigration rules.
Right.
Obviously, it's an island. It can only support a certain.
Yeah, we're going to say like 10
at any
million.
given time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't want to overload the local economy. We don't want to ruin the ecology. So there's a lot of factors that go into it. But the ultimate factor is if you have the ability to read,
okay,
then you may not enter the country.
If you have the ability, okay.
So we give them a simple test. We ask them to read a little passage from a book. Okay. And if they can, sorry, no entry.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. So, as you well know, literature and the free press, or any kind of press, really.
Yes.
These are sort of the building blocks of revolution.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Anyone who can read is automatically going to have an inside track on potentially fomenting a revolution, or helping to teach others to read, and therefore getting them into a position where they could foment revolution.
Right.
Our population they are not permitted to read. They are not taught to read, and we have strict controls on any kind of written word, literature of any kind.
So there's no books or anything in your country?
Oh, no books.
Okay, right. No, okay. Just wondering. Well, I'm very worried because I'm after writing everything down now. So that might be an issue. But thankfully, again, I'm a voice in your head. I can't be fired.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, I'm like the guy in Quantum Leap. I'm just think of him.
You're an AI. You're an AI entity.
Yeah, your science department started working on it, and this is what I came up with. So
now to be clear, we do have people who can read. I can read.
Well, not just you, but more people can read.
Yeah, more people besides myself can read.
Yes. Okay.
But these are relatively what I would call handpicked or second-hand picked people.
Right.
So levels of trust, and those people have sort of roles within the government, because obviously you can't really have a functioning government that is sort of viable on the world stage without some literacy. Like you have to have some people who know how to read and write. Like that's fair enough. But you have to limit who has access to that, because boy, once you let people have free press and the ability to speak their minds, it's all over.
Can your people read road signs?
Oh no, it's all iconography.
Can they read that?
Well, it's a symbol. It's like a square, or
okay, so they can recognize.
They can recognize things.
Why'd you have a rock as a road?
If I'm just using it as an example. It's an example. Okay. If the sign is for rock slide, then you can have a little rocks tumbling down or whatever. But there's no written glyphs.
Okay, fair enough. We have a bad news for you. We got I was gonna say we got an email. Oh wait, some of your people can read. Yeah, we got an email. There's a scandal about to come out involving the Grand Potentate. Okay. Now the scandal is probably it's just gonna make your people a bit upset. So the good thing is somehow you get to decide what the scandal is. So what scandal involving you gets out that people are angry about?
I would suspect it would have something to do with. I think it. Well, can you give me some examples that other people have said? I'm just trying to get a sense of what
you can get away with. It's a light entertainment podcast. So, keep it breezy. I thought you were going to say it have to do something with the gulags, but you haven't gone that direction, so that's fine.
No, the gulags are pretty cleanly run. Everyone seems pretty happy about them. So,
and yet you're adamant they're not jails. But okay,
no.
What have other people done? God, you're putting me on the spot. My fiance used a my fiance, who is also a voice in your head. Yeah, we got together 10 years ago. It was very nice. She got a pellet gun and shot at a school bus driver as he was driving the bus. And she claimed that it was because the driver looked like a serial killer from New Zealand, thousands of miles away, from 20 years ago, who looked stunningly like Robin Hood.
See, that to me doesn't seem very much like a scandal, because
she shot at a school bus there, Grant.
Who wouldn't do that? In that position, take action. You got to stop the bad guy. But anyway, I digress. Okay, so I know what my scandal is.
Yes.
The scandal is that I have been accused of actually undermining the foundations of the island in the residential areas, such that people's houses keep falling into sinkholes. And they're accusing me and my administration of actually creating unsafe living conditions for them.
My God. Okay, well, your administration have advised is that you should go on to the most popular nightly news program on your island, more like Frost Nixon sit across from each other, debate or interview about it. So the guy is always called Anderson. So Anderson is probably going to interview you. So I'm going to play the role as Anderson here and just ask you, Grand Potentate, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Very much appreciated. Thank you. Wait, would Anderson be allowed to read? He wouldn't.
Anderson is. Well, no. Anderson is in my media, so yeah, absolutely.
Oh, so we're going for a. Oh, Grand Potentate. Your first question, because you said your media, right? So he's in your pocket, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Yeah.
Who do you think I am?
You're the first person who's gone this route. This is great. Okay. First question, thugs. There are plenty of thugs out there trying to smear your good name. They're talking about their crappy little houses that they've barely worked for, and really ungrateful actually that they got those houses in this thriving economy that you've established. What do you say to them in their latest accusations about you, about those sinkholes?
Well, it's really a shame, Anderson, that people have gotten to the point where they feel so free that they can just voice these accusations without any proof at all. And
there's no proof.
Quite frankly, I would say to them that they are lucky, that they are fortunate to live in such a free society as this. That being said, false accusations, these are serious issues. And I would say that if they have no proof, then they are in dire danger of being punished for that. And I don't want to say too much about that because, quite frankly, I don't know what they're saying. I have not heard anything. Everything that I've heard is, you're doing a great job, the economy is running smoothly, our roads are smooth, everyone is happy. We have enough food on the table, we have beautiful weather. Obviously, everything is running very well, but I don't understand why these people are coming out of the woodwork. Who are they? What are they saying? Let's get to the bottom of it.
And that's beautifully said, and your hair looks great. I just want to make reference here to this picture that's been drawn in front of me while I just look at it. It shows that Mary, who's head of the neighborhood watch in the biggest residential area in the country, she actually did come out of the woodwork of the sunken house, apparently, that's in that big hole for some reason that's there. Now, she was shouting up out of that hole, along with the rest of our family, saying, "Can you help me out? Do you have a ladder?" Your chief police didn't seem too keen on it. Are we going to be taking these citizens out of those sinkholes, or leaving them there?
To that I would ask, what are they actually asking for? Are they actually asking for removal from the hole? A ladder?
Yes, to get out of the hole. Yes.
That seems pretty unreasonable. First of all, why wouldn't they have their own ladder?
That's very true. Why aren't they working for their own ladders?
That seems deeply suspicious to me, and I would have to question their motives at that point. I would question whether they're coming at this in good faith. I would say, Mary, why didn't you better prepare? You have had all this time to build or buy a ladder. It's not as if you didn't know that you needed a ladder. Ladders are useful tools in any situation practically. So why not just invest in a ladder and then you'll be ready?
Mary is 104 years old and she doesn't have a ladder. Do you think that's suspicious?
It's a very suspicious. 104 years old, you have to have the good sense to invest in your future. If she didn't do it before then I'm sorry, who can help her? That being said, as a citizen of this island and of this nation, I do care about Mary. I care about everyone here. And so I want to make sure that we get to the bottom of this. I've got my people looking into this already. However, I will say that I have the best geologists, the very best scientists working on this, and they have not indicated to me or any of my staff that there's any kind of geological issues going on here.
So do you have a message for the rest of the people of Dorland who might be wondering what, will there be any more accusations?
Well, I think what we need to not worry about is accusations. We need to worry about returning to our roots. Unity.
I mean, people are returning to their roots by falling in, but that's what they're claiming.
That's what they're claiming. That's what they're claiming. But I would say that that at the end of the day, what really counts is, are we all together on this? Are we united as a nation?
We should be. Yes,
we should be, absolutely. And if you're not, then maybe you are trying to create chaos where there doesn't need to be any. So I would just ask that people think about what they're doing and what they're saying. Maybe they have issues that they need to address before they sort of level accusations at me and my staff.
That's wonderfully said, and your posture is fantastic. I just want to say, Grand Potentate, we have to go to a commercial break where we celebrate you. But yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Anderson. You've been a pleasure as always.
You are always a pleasure. You're wonderful. I love you. Thank you. That was very well. Actually, your advisors and stuff, the inner circle, they said that went really well. They actually have good news as well. They got another email. I suppose I was going to ask, what's one of your favorite movie franchises?
I really like the what is the family movies with the 12 people, 12
Cheaper by the dozen.
Cheaper by the dozen.
Oh,
yes, cheaper by the dozen.
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to quickly Google what the plot is. What is it? That there's 12 kids?
I hope you don't ask me what the plot is, because I have a very short attention span. I can't remember every plot that I see, but I know I love that movie. It's a great movie. Steve Martin is amazing.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I imagine I would have seen the first one. Oh, Zach Braff is in it as well. Wait a minute, this is 2022. Oh, there's a new version.
Oh, excellent.
Gabriel Union.
Now I know what I'll be doing this weekend.
No, there you go. Two parents attempt to navigate their hectic home life as they juggle raising 10 children from several different marriages and starting to franchise their breakfast food-based restaurant. Okay?
You understand why this is my favorite franchise, don't you?
Cheap, because you like efficiency? Cheaper, no, what?
It's a metaphor for running an island.
I see. I'm completely lost. What?
No, it's all in there. It's all in there. The children are the local population. Right. The parents are the ruler, and they have to make all these decisions that are juggling and balancing competing issues and interests. And at the end of the day, we're all just one big family, and we're all just trying to get along.
But you are both parents.
Yeah, like I said, it's a metaphor. It's not meant to be a 1-for-1 ratio.
Yeah, that's true. Well, the good news is their new movie, I guess, God, it's this one, the remake with Zach Braff and Gabriel Union. They are looking for you to take part as, you can either just do a cameo, walk-on cameo of you, or you can play a minor character. Would you be up for that?
Oh God!
Just a small little scene. Just maybe one.
I will do a cameo. I will do a cameo.
As even yourself, is
it? Even though I prefer the behind the scenes work, as you understand. I mean,
yeah,
you get it.
But but I suppose just because they're looking to actually film on the island, you see, just a little scene.
Oh yes, well that will encourage the local economy. That's always a good thing.
Yeah, so they're just like, well, you're obviously clearly popular here, very popular, one of the most popular leaders in the world.
People love me. People love me. There's really, there's only one way to describe what people say about me, and that is awe-inspiring.
Yes, and that's why they need you in this movie, so they were going to say, if you don't mind, and you're going to do a cameo, as you said, as yourself.
I will do a cameo. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're going to do that scene. So I guess I'm Zach Braff in this scenario. I mean, they're on holiday in Dorland, and they have to look after 10 kids. I mean, ages wise, I have no idea what these kids' ages are. I sure hear a lot of noises underground of people wailing. But anyway, no, we don't like that. No, we're going to go.
No.
Oh, I can't read all these signs. There's no words in them. Where do I go for the library? Oh, look, we asked this person. Hey.
Hi, ho there.
Hi. I'm not a ho. What the hell? Hello.
What may I do for you, fine sir?
Oh, hello. I'm actually the mother, but okay. I'm looking for the library. Oh, wait a minute. You look familiar, aren't you? You're on all those magazines.
That's right. I'm the benevolent leader of this island nation. Welcome.
Why are you looking directly to the camera? Act. Look at me. I'm in the scene.
I am approaching this from a verisimilitude standpoint, and I have plenty of media appearances. I just spent 20 minutes on camera with our famous Anderson.
Yes, one
talking about something about the geologic upheavals, but it's nothing to worry about.
Oh,
at any rate.
Yes. So is there a way I can get to the library over
libraries?
Yes.
I'm sorry, sir. Such things do not exist in our pretty island nation. But have you considered going to the beach?
Oh, the beach might be great.
Yes.
Some of my kids have ran off, I think. But
the white sands, the blue water, it's got everything, and you can stay on one of our many hotels.
Oh, what's the name of them? Is there a sign outside with the name?
There's plenty of hotels for you, and it just is really up to your budget. Looks like you've got a lot of kids, so maybe you can go on the cheaper side.
Oh, I'm just going to Google what hotel. I'll just type in hotels in. Is there internet in this country?
Hotel Saint Germain. I can recommend that one.
Okay. Will there be a sign as I'm approaching all these hotels to say?
No.
Okay.
No. Just look for the sign that has polka dots.
Why? How do I know that would be Saint Germain? If I didn't meet you right now, how would I know that's Saint Germain? How would I ever get polka dots? Saint Germain. That's it.
One has to be familiar with the local business establishments, and really it comes from just spending enough time here. You get to know the people. People talk. They know. It's really.
So your tourism industry completely relies on being intimately familiar with all the little signs and stuff for the hotels.
Absolutely. We really encourage people to really get into the spirit of the way of life here, and that is the only way that you're going to truly experience Dorland.
Or else.
Oh,
yeah. Yay! I can't wait. I have to run after the kids now because I guess that's what happens in this movie. Oh, well, whimsy.
Yes. Just beware of the potholes.
What?
No, just a little joke.
Oh no, he did fall in. That's how you get one character out for a part of the movie. He's in the hospital. Yeah, that was very good. I don't know how well that movie would go, and your part really did seem like you were just advertising the island, right?
Well, it's
nothing wrong with it. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. I'm gonna go with some of the last questions, okay? Yeah, no, it's just, I do have good news from Paul in finance. He just stuck his head in the door, I suppose, just to let you know.
Oh,
Paulie indeed. Yes, Paulie is just mentioning, hey, we have a lot of money in our account. We're doing very well budget-wise. So a lot of the people would like, if you don't mind, they would like to build you a monument and name it after you. But if that's okay with you, they just would like to know what exactly are we building for you? Statue or?
Here's what I would say to that, Paulie.
Yes. Thank you.
We have a fiduciary interest in maintaining the happiness of our people.
Yay.
And sometimes ostentatious displays can be a little off-putting.
Okay.
And I think that with the recent upheaval in the lower quarters where people were complaining about supposedly falling into holes.
Yes.
That's all water under the bridge. But I want to reassure them that my intentions as their leader are positive, that I have nothing but their best interest at heart. And so I think we will do a small statue, maybe 20 feet tall. That can be of me staring into the west. I'm thinking maybe with, yes, I've got an idea. Holding a palm. Do you know what the symbolism of the palm is? It means peace. I think that will really send a good message.
Like a palm tree.
Not a full tree.
Just a
a palm branch.
Yes.
So I think we go with that. Not the full 50-foot statue. That's gonna be too big. That's too much. And then whatever leftover money you have, let's dispense equally among the citizens as a kind of stipend. I think generosity is really warranted in this situation.
Oh yeah, because we had said, we had said we had like 15 billion in excess but so I mean,
marvelous.
So we're giving all of that to everyone.
No. Just from the original statue fund.
Oh, okay. So the statue fund was like, well, I mean, originally it was going to be like 200 million, but
I think that we can do $220 million.
Okay, great. Yeah. 220 million.
Yes.
So a couple of million will be taken out for a 20-foot statue, and then the rest of it out to the people.
Ideally, yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we get on that. So yeah, we're gonna have you. Are you dressed in anything in particular, or just wanna your usual suit, or?
I think something simple, linen cloth maybe.
Toga.
So, some sort, not a toga per se, but something that's dignified, that shows that I'm humble, but also wise.
Like the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Paulie's after sticking his head back in the window. He's sticking his head in the window now. He's already outside. He actually has a tiny bit of bad news, if you don't mind. That's all right.
Okay. What do you have, Paulie?
Yeah, you just tilted your head there a bit alarmingly interested. But it turns out.
Don't tell me the fund has been raided.
No, it has not.
Good.
No.
Good. Excellent.
The fund, what did I say? 15 billion?
Yes.
That was the surplus in the budget. Right. I forgot there was a minus sign in front of it. That turns out it actually means minus, it means less than. So it turns out we were actually broke minus 15 billion. The International Monetary Fund have after emailing me saying, your country isn't looking too good. You need to make money faster, we're taking over. What you want to do?
Well, I'll just do what the United States does. Print more money.
Oh, so we're just inflation. Love it.
Yeah.
That's inflation. Yeah, all right. Paulie will get right on that.
It's only inflation if people believe that it's inflation. But because my people can't read, it doesn't matter.
So I mean, they do still have banknotes and everything, right? Don't ask questions. Just go with it. Is that?
Just go with it.
Are you doing that up to Paulie's lips, just shh, and just pressing your finger on his lips?
Yes. And he tries to speak, and I just push it in even more.
It's
okay.
Every meeting you have with him ends like this.
It's gotten to the point where we share this real intimacy of like understanding with each other. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, if I dare say,
he tries to convince me of some crazy crackpot economic theory that he has, right. And I just say, listen, it's gonna be okay. Shh.
There's a few firsts in this episode, and you were the first person to have any sort of sexual tension with the finance guy, Paul. And I wish more people did. Yeah, that's fantastic. Right, raise inflation. And your people are absolutely stupid. Perfect. I have your second last question is bad news again. Unfortunately, we actually
comes
stopped.
in waves.
It does, and you could,
like the waves around the island.
Is a lot of waves around the island?
Well, it is an island.
Oh, that's true.
We are subject to the tides.
Unfortunately, I mean, thankfully your police are after stopping it, but you've just suffered a coup attempt. It actually turned out that a lot of people on the island, they of course can't read, but they started taking to podcasts. Annoying, right?
I knew it. I knew that I had something against podcasts.
They were actually found out because your police went into the pub very openly went insane. We're the police, and the perpetrators, the coup people. They don't read social cues, so they just kept blurting out their plan. So yeah, what trying to do with them? There's 12 of them. We have them locked up.
As it happens, we have a brand spanking new gulag. Well, section of the gulag, I should say. Sorry, I apologize. I misspoke. Sorry, it's all one gulag, but different sections.
Of course, yeah.
Brand spanking new section, totally up to date. All the latest amenities,
such as
metal bars,
love it,
dirt floors.
Fantastic.
We have really scratchy linen. It's actually not even linen. It's wool.
Sorry, I'm doing that. That's like on the advert for it. It's someone laughing after you say that. Is the dirt just brown dirt, or is it like stone?
Oh, it's hard packed dirt.
Oh, yes.
It's the stuff that you get your hands dirty if you're on your hands and knees, which people often are. Yeah. But it's hard packed enough that you can kind of walk around on it and do what you got to do.
God, I was just thinking if it was packed enough, but it's not. It's just that little bit soft that, like, as you're walking around, you would kind of like your foot would nearly come out of your shoe. Do you know that sort of way? It's just annoying.
No. This is think like concrete that hasn't fully set yet.
Oh, that's annoying. Yes. Yeah. So we're locking the 12 of them in there.
Oh yeah.
For how long? Forever.
Yeah.
Okay. These goddamn 8-year-olds are gonna really fucking think hard next time they try and. Okay, 8-year-olds.
They better.
Prisons for life. What are we feeding them in there, by the way?
Rice.
Love it. By the way, I will just point out, I really do hope you have a successful career and this does not come back in any way. Because it's the only thing I'll remember if anyone ever asked me during my successful career, would you ever work with Jeremiah? Pretty sure he's locked up a lot of 8-year-olds.
He has definitely something against people plotting against him.
Love it. Okay. Your final question, I'm going to leave you, and it's not exactly a bad question, but at a certain point in time, you might want to plan who your heir is going to be. Who's going to take over when you decide to leave or whatever you want to do. Now, I imagine you're going to call a lot of your people to the front of where you live. Where do you live? A palace or?
No, it's just a really nice house.
Okay, in the city or in the countryside?
Oh, in the country.
Everyone's always in the countryside. Nobody, hardly anyone ever does the city.
Well, the city is dirty, dirty and noisy and gross.
Cool. We were going to put that on a tourism board, but nobody can read it, so I don't know.
That's right. We just have symbols.
Yeah.
It's the loud noise symbol and trash symbol and.
Why would you put that up there? The cast of Cheaper by the Dozen are very confused. So as your people are lined up in front of your house, being like, "Oh, I wonder what the big, massive announcement is," and you come out on the balcony or whatever you want, the porch, who are you going to announce? The only rule I will put in here for you is it has to be someone who's actually alive now. It can't be, my great grandson, and you don't have it.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, we're all ears. Paulie is on tenterhooks.
Well, the first thing you should know is that I have been developing these plans for a while now, and
oh my God.
My science department has been working on building a rocket ship.
Okay. Yes.
And we have launch capability, and the plan is that I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory when I'm at the end, whenever that will be.
Yes.
Many years hence.
Right.
I will get into my rocket and I will blast off into space and I will have enough supplies in that rocket for me to survive.
This is when you're an old man.
Yeah, presumably. Yes.
Presumably. Okay.
If we haven't conquered death by then.
Right. You never know. Right, you never know. Yeah.
And I will be the first person to go and live in outer space for 6 months and then die in orbit.
Okay.
Pretty baller.
Okay, so who's your heir?
Oh, my air, right.
Screw
Right.
it, who
Forgot the
cares?
question.
I'm building a rocket ship. That's more exciting.
I mean, yeah, no, the fact is once I'm in space, I won't really care all that much, but I suppose that people want to know. People want to have some semblance of.
I just love the scene is people have been called to your house for an announcement that they believe, it's the
true.
air, and you come out saying, "I built a rocket ship. I am leaving. I am excited."
It's a surprise announcement. So, but people love a show. People love a show. They right.
Love a show.
And nothing gets them more excited than seeing a rocket blast off into
exploration.
Space.
Yes.
Yeah, it puts us on the forefront of space exploration. It puts us on the map as far as interplanetary colonization, and really, like, we are showing ourselves to be leaders in the field of science and engineering and technology, and we're ambassadors to whatever beings are out there, and I will be the first. So that's a really good thing. As far as my air, honestly, it comes down to a system of numbers and ciphers that I've developed that will be distributed among all of my trusted advisors. And so the people who can read, the people who are able to process all this, and the first person to solve it, it has been designed in such a way that the first person to solve it will be able to install themselves as the next leader.
Oh, it's like they open a lock and it does.
There's a bunch of sort of interlocked systems that are at play that you have to solve the entire thing in order to be given the keys to the kingdom, so to speak. So,
my final question to it: Are you trying to Ready Player One your air? Ready Player One was like, you have to find the key within the game.
That's effectively it. Yeah, I mean, I want the person to sort of have a good balance of critical thinking skills, puzzle solving abilities, and ultimately they're going to be the best pick. I don't want to be in a position to have to choose between multiple people who are qualified, because who am I? I'm just a humble servant of the people
who's floating around in space.
Right.
I mean, I think that's good. I will just say though that, I mean, it could get awkward if you come back after 6 months still alive going, hey, space was nice, and they're still like, I haven't figured it out yet. This is very hard. But
that's what retirement's for, you know?
Yeah. They'll have to figure it out eventually. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's
good.
That's the end of your time on Dorland, which I still believe is like a real name of something. But yeah, that's really good.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you very much. Thank you for coming on. Is there anything you want to plug, like social media or anything?
Oh, no. Follow me on Twitter.
Yes. Jeremiah Lewis on Twitter. That's probably your...
at Fringe Blog.
Fringe Blog.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks so much for having me. I enjoyed talking about the theoretical political situation in Dorland.
I appreciate you getting straight into it and just going, listen, put him in jail.
You got to start tough and end tough.
Yeah.